So you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles. Let me guess. Picturing palm trees, perfect weather, and maybe bumping into celebrities at Whole Foods, right? Well, hold on, because before you start packing those boxes, there are 7 things that you absolutely need to know that nobody's telling you. And I'm warning you right now, number 5 might completely change your entire game plan. My name is Jose Blandon, a Los Angeles and Orange County real estate advisor, and I've helped dozens of families make this exact same move. LA is expensive. Like really expensive. But let me break down what that actually means so you can plan accordingly. The median home price in Los Angeles right now is hovering around $830,000. Now let me say that again, $830,000. And that's the median, which means half the homes are selling for more than that. So if you're coming from the Midwest or the South, that number might make your eyes water. And I'm not even talking about Beverly Hills or Manhattan Beach. This is the county average. Now if you're thinking, okay, I'll just rent for a while, here's what you need to know. A 1-bedroom apartment in a decent neighborhood, you're looking at around $2,000 to $3,000 a month minimum. Now, a 2-bedroom closer to the beach or in a trendy area like Silver Lake or Culver City, easily $3,000 or $4,000 or more. But housing isn't the only thing that'll hit your wallet. California has some of the highest state income taxes in the nation, up to 13.3% if you're a high owner. Now, gas prices, usually $1 above the national average. Groceries, dining out, and entertainment, it all adds up really quickly. Now, I'm not trying to scare you off. Plenty of people make it work here, and there are strategies to manage costs, but you absolutely need to come with a realistic budget. Now, my advice is that before you move, you take your current income and calculate what 30 to 40% of it would be for housing alone. And if that math doesn't work for you, you might need to adjust your expectations on location and size. The worst thing you can do is move out here without a financial cushion and find yourself house poor within 6 months. Now, let's talk about something that will literally become a part of your day. Traffic. And look, I know you've heard the jokes and everyone knows that LA traffic is bad, but until you're sitting on the 405 at a complete standstill at 9:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, you really don't understand what that means. Here's a real example. Let's say you decide to live in Orange County because you find a nice house at a decent price, but your job is in downtown LA. Now that commute on the freeway, on the 5 freeway during rush hour, you're looking at about an hour to 2 hours each way. Now that's 3 to 4 hours of traffic in your car every day. And that's not living, you guys, that's surviving. So here's my advice. When you're choosing where to live, start with where you're going to work and build outward from there. If your job is in downtown LA, look at neighborhoods like Pasadena, Glendale, or Culver City, all of which have reasonable access. If you're working in tech in Santa Monica, maybe consider West LA, Playa Vista, or even cities like Manhattan Beach or El Segundo. Yes, those areas might be pricier, but the time it'll save you is worth its weight in gold. LA does have public transportation, and it is actually improving. The metro rail system isn't as extensive as New York or Chicago, but if you work along one of the lines, like the Expo line, which runs along downtown in Santa Monica, you can actually ditch your car for your commute. Now, it's not glamorous, but it works, and it'll save you money and stress. Bottom line is, don't underestimate the impact of your commute. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see new transplants make. Choose your neighborhood wisely, and you'll thank yourself each and every single day. Now, here's something most people don't realize about LA until they get here. It's not one city. It's more like a collection of small villages all stitched together. And each one has its own vibe, its own culture, its own personality. This is actually one of my favorite things about LA. There's truly something here for everyone. Now, let me paint you a picture. You got beach life in Santa Monica, lots of tourists, lots of energy, farmers markets, yogas on the beach, the whole scene. Then you can drive 20 minutes inland to San Fernando Valley, and suddenly it's suburban. Strip malls, family-friendly parks, bigger homes with actual yards. Then you can head downtown, and you're in urban lofts with rooftop bars and a completely different pace in life. And then there's neighborhoods most people have never even heard of that are absolute gems. My point is this: don't limit yourself to what you've seen in the movies. Yeah, Hollywood and Beverly Hills are real, sure, but they're not the whole story. Explore neighborhoods like Silver Lake if you're artsy, or Long Beach if you want to be by the beach with lower costs, or even Pasadena if you want that small town charm with big city amenities. There's a corner of LA for every personality and budget. You just have to find yours. Now let's talk about lifestyle, because LA offers something that you can't get in a lot of other cities: variety. And on any given weekend, you can hike to Runyon Canyon in the morning, hit the beach in the afternoon, and then go catch a concert or comedy show at night. The entertainment options are endless. And the food scene, world class. You want authentic barbecue? You got it. You want Mexican food that'll change your life? Absolutely. Vegan, farm to table, Michelin starred, it's all here. Now, I'd be lying to you if I said that it was all sunshine and tacos, because LA can feel big and impersonal, especially when you first arrive. It's spread out. people are busy, and it's not like a small town where everyone knows each other. You have to be intentional about building a community here. Join a hiking group, take a class, or get involved in your neighborhood. Find people, because once you do, it becomes a lot more welcoming. And here's something that I love about this city. It's incredibly diverse. And as someone with a Hispanic background, I appreciate how multicultural LA is. You have neighborhoods with strong Hispanic influence, thriving Asian communities, pockets of every culture that you can imagine. It's what makes the city richer and more interesting and more alive. So embrace that diversity. Try new things. Get out of your comfort zone. That's when LA really starts to feel like home. All right, this is the one that I warned you about. Number 5. And if you're planning to buy a home, you need to hear this. The LA real estate market is not like any other market. It's competitive, it's fast paced, and if you're not prepared, you're going to lose out. Even in 2025, we're still seeing multiple offers on well-priced homes. Low inventory is the norm. It's not the exception. So if you find a house that you love, you can't sleep on it. You need to be ready to move quickly, and that means having your financing lined up, knowing your budget, and working with an agent that knows the market inside out. And here's something that most people don't know. Property taxes in California are locked at the time of purchase thanks to Proposition 13. Now the good news is that your taxes won't skyrocket like they do in other states. Now the bad news is our initial prices are so high, your taxes will be high too. If you're renting first, which I actually recommend if you're new to the area, know that some neighborhoods have rent control, which can protect you from huge price increases, but not all of them do, so make sure you ask questions. Typical rents are high, as we talked about earlier, but at least renting gives you time to explore and figure out where you really want to be before committing to buying. The key takeaway here is come to LA with a strategy. Don't wing it. The market will chew you up and spit you out if you're not prepared. Now, if you have kids or you're planning to, this section is critical. Schools in LA vary wildly depending on where you are. LA Unified is a massive school district with some great schools and some struggling ones. So you really have to do your research neighborhood by neighborhood. Now, if top-rated schools are non-negotiable for you, look at areas like La Cañada, Flint Ridge, Pasadena, or parts of the South Bay. In Orange counties, cities like Irvine and Tustin are known for excellent school districts. But here's the catch. Home prices in these areas reflect that demand. So you're going to be paying a premium to be in a top school zone. Now that said, there's also magnet schools and charter schools in LA that are fantastic to not be tied to your specific neighborhood. So if you can't afford to live in the priciest areas, you still have options. The key is doing your homework. Look up test scores, visit schools if possible, and talk to other parents. Even if you don't have kids, knowing which areas are family friendly can be valuable because those neighborhoods tend to be well maintained, safe, and have good amenities. So it's worth keeping on your radar. So with everything I've just thrown at you, cost, traffic, neighborhoods, lifestyles, you might be thinking, damn, Jose, how do I actually choose where to live? And that's a fantastic question, because here's the truth. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but there is a perfect spot for you. And if you're young, single, and want walkable nightlife, maybe you're looking at downtown Long Beach or Silver Lake. Now, if you're a family looking for a quiet cul-de-sac with great schools, maybe Porter Ranch in the Valley or Tustin in Orange County. Now, if you're a surfer or a beach lover, you're probably looking coastal, maybe Hermosa Beach or even Ventura if you're willing to go up north. The beauty is that LA is customizable. You just need to know what matters most to you. Once you prioritize those things, the picture gets a lot clearer. And honestly, this is where working with someone who knows the market inside and out makes all the difference. Because I can tell you what the listings don't show. Which neighborhoods are up and coming, where you'll get the most value, and what the vibe is really like beyond the listing photos. All right, let's wrap this up. Moving to Los Angeles is a big deal. It's expensive, it's complicated, and yeah, the traffic is real, but it's also an incredible city full of opportunity, culture, and possibilities you won't find anywhere else. And with the right information and the right plan, you can absolutely thrive here. So here's what I want you to do. If you're serious about making this move, I am offering a completely free relocation consultation. We'll hop on the phone, we'll talk about your needs, your budget, and your lifestyle, and I'll create a personalized list of neighborhoods that are perfect for you. No sales pitch, no pressure, just real advice from someone who's helped dozens of families do exactly what you're thinking about doing. The link is in the description below, and hey, even if you're just exploring right now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me where you're moving from and what you're most nervous about. I respond to every single comment personally, and if you're LA bound, type LA bound in the comments so I know you're serious. I love connecting with future Angelinos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every week about living in Los Angeles and Orange County, and trust me, you're gonna want as much info as you plan your move. Thanks for watching, welcome to Los Angeles, and I'll see you on the next one.